Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2021 Disney Plus original show, Monsters at Work. So, this takes place literally the day after Waternoose is arrested. Monsters Inc. is now being converted into Laugh Power. The day after, a lot happens the day after. Mike and Sully get promoted to co-CEOs of Monsters Incorporated. This character, Tyler Tuskman, who is voiced by Ben Feldman, just graduated Monsters University, so we get a nice shot of Monsters University with one of the professors. He got a letter from Mr. Waternoose to be a scarer. So he gets there, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, like you're not. There's no scarers anymore. It's jokesters. So like you got to train to be a jokester." So Tyler's not funny, so he has to figure out how to go from scaring to laughter to comedy in order to make kids laugh, because laugh power is 10 times more more powerful than scare power. We know this because of Boo and her adventures throughout Monsters Incorporated in the first film. So Roz's sister Rose takes over Roz's old position as Roz works for Merck, Merck is an energy regulation commission, something like that. Monsters Energy Regulation Commission? Something like that. And Roz is also part of the... It's not called CDC. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the people in the yellow outfits who sanitize things. So the question is, how long is this season in compared to when Sully is wearing a tie on the laugh floor, looking at his clipboard and looks at the little piece of door, and then goes with Mike and Rose to go see Boo after, right? How long in between the day after Waternoose is arrested and Sully looks at his clipboard that there is a thriving, laugh floor? Turns out it's many months. We get an actual time frame, which I really enjoyed. The problem with this show is that the first 3 episodes were just so corny and weird and boring, and then it just starts going and it gets better and better and better. I realized that this is not a Pixar show. Pixar had nothing to do with this show. In the title, it says characters based on Pixar Animation Studios. Disney had the full controlling rights in regards to the art department, in regards to story, in regards to music, everything, in regards to make this show. Pixar had nothing to do with this, and I need to know why. Because this show is missing that Pixar flair, but, like I said, it got better and better and better. When they knock out that inspector in MIFT, Monsters Incorporated Facilities Team, that's what Tyler joins MIFT in order to start then just being an associate, but then also he takes Mike's comedy classes as well to become a jokester. And then at the end he's questioning, does he want to stay with MIFT because he really likes these people, or does he want to actually be a jokester? And then the MIFT family convinces him to be the jokester that he was born to be. He had all these different, the slogan, it's laughter we're after, that's Tyler's phrase. It's the bigger canisters for laugh power, that was all Tyler's idea. So, Tyler's important within Monsters, Inc., now that we know this. But this focused more on Tyler, so I just went over a rant. The point being is that Pixar had nothing to do with this, so it just, when the first 3 episodes were kind of meh, but then, it just kept going. When they knocked out that inspector and they threw him in the vacation door, absolutely hysterical. When the adorable snowman comes back from his banishment, absolutely But the perfect part about that is that we understand why he was banished. He's banished because he saw Waternoose kidnap kids to force screams out of them. That's the only reason why he was banished. So we also get timelines. We get a few months later. We get, things like that. Roto, the little rodent in the case that Duncan owns, absolutely hysterical. Val, voiced by Mindy Kaling, perfect. Catherine Cutter, she's hysterical. There's so many funny characters in this, and there's Mini Monster Day, which was a great episode. This last episode, Tyler becoming a jokester, really, really great. Got me all warm and fuzzy seeing the whole, Sully wearing a tie. So we know that he goes with Mike and Rose to see Boo after. So the question is, and now this is the millennial in me giggling with joy, because I was 11 when Monsters Incorporated first came out. We were left on such a cliffhanger 20 years ago, left on such a cliffhanger. I want to see Boo. I want to see Boo. I want to see Boo. Because there was another kid in this show, very briefly. He escaped, but then they threw him back in his room. But, like, I want to see Boo. Want to see Boo. I will say another thing. The toys that Mattel put out for the Mifter team, incredible. Incredible toys. I don't have any, but it's so cool. Like, the packaging on it, you got 3 of the characters in a box, and then you got a little Roto, and you got this plastic tube referencing, like, because he's a monster hamster kind of a thing, so he's, like, going through his hamster tubing. So cool. So cool on the packaging. I might just buy this $30 set just for the packaging alone. A lot of us Bath and Body Works fanatics do that with a lot of the products. We buy things just because of how the packaging looks on our shelves. Aesthetics. That's all I got. Aesthetics. Yeah, so the beginning of this series, I didn't like. The middle and ending of this series, I really liked. So I'm very excited to see if a season 2 comes about. And the fact that, what's his face? He drinks Drool Cooler all the time. I can't remember his name. Words are just escaping me. At the very end of the credits, he says, "All right, is that going to be a season 2?" I almost peed my pants. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens next. We'll see if I buy that Monsters Incorporated Facilities Team pack. Yeah. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.